Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you well. I wanted to make a quick video to clarify an assignment, some rubrics, and maybe some criteria clarity. So this is just going back to an assignment that was due last Wednesday called Sharing Thinking and Understanding for Digital Literacy and Computer Science. Now this was a final demonstration for Learning Objective 1, and what you'll notice is that we had no replies from any student. And the intention was that you would reply to 2 students if you wanted to receive an outstanding score. Now, uh, if if none of your students are doing what the teacher intended, then I don't think it's the student's fault. It's most likely the teacher's fault. So I apologize for that. I can see where maybe this was confusing because I didn't actually post in here to receive an outstanding score. Where I did post that was inside the rubric. But really, the rubric might have been confusing as well because it was embedded in this document on the second page. And also, this is an outdated proficiency scale that I've actually updated with nicer rubrics to be more clear. So somehow that was in there from an old iteration of the course. So I really apologize for that. This is all my fault. However, there is the actual rubric that you should be assessed against. And I just want to make sure we make this clear so that for the second learning cycle, you know that Learning Objective 1 final demonstration has an official rubric. So I have connected that here. That is the correct rubric now if you want to go see it. But because this is my fault, I apologize, and you don't need to go back and do any replies. I will treat the satisfactory column as an outstanding column and up the marks. So that is totally fine. However, I do want to also discuss a little bit just about my assessment policy so that everybody's clear. If you go to the course is, what's it called? The course info and design, you'll notice that there is a link here. Oh, sorry. There is a link here if you are curious to learn any more about all the different rubrics and my assessment policies. Let me scroll to the top of this. Here it is. And to be honest, this was a challenge for me to create the assessment policies for this course, as I want to assess you all against I want my policy to reflect what I believe assessment should look like in schools today, especially elementary, middle schools, and high schools. But it's hard because this is a graduate level course. We do have to give you a final grade with percentages and averages. So I have to try and figure out a way that I can still assess you in a way that is solid policy, but also give you a grade in the end. And that's tough because teachers talk a lot these days that they would just want to get rid of grades because it's getting in the way of the learning. But nevertheless, I think I figured out a pretty good way to do this, and I'm pretty happy with it. So if you read this document, it explains that. And really, we have a connection with A, B, C, and F, and we skip D because D's just really a gentleman's F. And it's all about being satisfactory in the standards and learning objectives. Or maybe you're not satisfactory and you're just not there yet. So you got to work towards becoming satisfactory. Or maybe you're outstanding and have met the marks for being outstanding. So we can really touch on that really quick if we look at Learning Objective 1 rubric. And the thing that I believe in is to be an outstanding teacher, you need to go above and beyond the standard level expectations of what a teacher is. Often we are working in silos in classrooms sometimes, and teaching can be isolated. So we sometimes get in ruts where we're only creating lessons for our own classes. But really, I believe that to be an outstanding teacher, you have to step outside of your class and you have to develop professional learning communities around topics and interests and around students, so that you can best help them learn and be an outstanding teacher. So that's why in this course, that's the main focus of being able to uh, get an outstanding mark or really get an A in the course is if you are learning from others and sharing with others and being a great professional learning community member. So there's a little bit of background, and if you have any questions about my assessment policy or are interested in talking about it, just let me know. Okay, bye.